What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to our channel here at Vagabond Builds. And today we're bringing you a walk around review video of the all new 2024 Cayenne Coupe S. And we're gonna be talking about this exact car of exterior, interior, and specs. But before we do, because it is not a sponsored video and we truly need and appreciate you guys' support here at Vagabond Builds, please tap that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you also have something for us to film, here's our email below. Email us and we can talk details later. A special shout out and a thanks to Nilo Porsche here in Rocklin, California for providing us this beautiful Porsche Cayenne S Coupe for this walk around review. Keep watching and stay tuned because we are going to be dropping that MSRP sticker so you guys get an exact idea of what comes on this car and the price tag on top. Now let's go ahead and talk Porsche Cayenne. So let's kick this walk around review video off with talking some specs about this Cayenne S. And what do we get under this exact hood is the V8 4.0 liter twin turbocharged engine paired together with an 8-speed automatic transmission, now which gives you 468 horsepower with 442 pounds-feet of torque. Now everybody, this is a beast of an engine. Now let's go ahead and talk some MPG. That's 15 city, 21 highway, and 17 combined. 23.7 gallon gas tank size, 0 to 60 in a whopping 4.7 seconds. Fastest top speed, 169 miles per hour. If we come over to the side of the car, dimensions in inches starting with length, you get 194 inches, width 79, and 66 in height with the ground clearance of about 7.6 inches. When properly equipped, it's 7,700 pounds of towing capacity on the Cayenne, okay? Now let's go ahead and close this hood and talk 2024 new redesigned facelift front end on the 2024 Cayenne. We have the beautiful, more rugged, newer look on the headlights. So upgraded headlights, LED precision, just beautiful. Black housing. Coming down now, I wanted to show you guys that instead of more of a curve or a rounded off front end, you get more of kind of a rugged, angled look. So boxier, I would say, which I'm a fan of the boxier, kind of more aggressive look, with the piano black gloss and matte black trim work in the front. We left the hazards on so you guys get an idea of what it looks like. Bumper sensors integrated into the lower side of that bumper cover, finishing off with that matte black plastic, okay? Coming over to the side of the car, starting with the parking marker right there integrated into that bumper cover. You got the wheel well trim in the same color as the car. Very nice that Porsche did that because it is just a higher class feel. Wanted to show you guys that this hump here, we kind of get it off the 911 or the sportier Porsche look. Now, what does that mean? You kind of know when you're parking the car where your wheel is, okay? So that's a very cool feature to know and to pay attention to. Now, remember, different trims, different rims. Keep that in mind. I mentioned that in a lot of my other videos. This is kind of a gunmetal gray look. I would say matte more, okay? Now, they're running the Bridgestone lenses on a 285 45/21. They thicken the tire to get more of a comfortable feel on the Porsche Cayenne. Suspension system in that shock strut suspension. Porsche, the Cayenne S now comes standard with the red brake calipers. So if you do see red brake calipers, you know that it's an S, okay? Side mirror, blind spot assist, integrated blinker lighting with the matte black plastic to finish off. You do not have the 360 camera on this exact Cayenne S. Keyless fob entry. Wanted to open up that door and show you guys the rocker panel area and what it looks like. Matte black plastic trim. Now, you got the piano black trim and the going across or around the windows, but also from the front to the back of the second row seating, you get that full panoramic glass. That is a very cool feature to have. The coupe, remember I mentioned the coupe as I was doing my introduction. This is where you're gonna see that kind of coupe from the front over to the back and that kind of sportier, more aerodynamic look compared to the saloon or the full-size Cayenne, okay? Now, personally, if I am doing the Cayenne, I probably would go with the full size because it's just more practical. But again, there are people, and it comes down to preference of you liking that coupe. That spoiler with the aerodynamic kind of vents, the active vent area. You got that little lip there on that rear tailgate with that full LED bar going across. Now, let me go ahead and turn on the lighting so you guys get an idea of how it looks. Now, the LED bar is on. Wanted to show you guys that. At night, this looks completely beautiful. Porsche in that 3D look. Cayenne, also 3D in that kind of hyper silver color. This tailgate does open up by a button right here. But before we get into the cargo area, let's go ahead and finish off that rear end with the matte black plastic on that bumper, parking sensors integrated, and the dual tip exhaust on each side. Beautiful. You do have the option of upgrading that exhaust as well. Now, cargo area, you get about 20 cubic feet of cargo area with the seats up. Now, if we go ahead and drop the 40, 20, and 40, you get a full whopping about 54 cubic feet of space inside this cargo area of the Cayenne. Go ahead and lift this mat. Spare tire with some more area around. I do like my spare tires because a lot of manufacturers are going around and minusing the spare tires, for example, like the electric vehicles. So if you do get stuck, you can't change your tire. Now, on the right-hand side, you get the true lighting on the right and the left. Some room here for personal belongings on the left, and your 12-volt outlet is here as well, okay? Now that we are pretty much done with the specs, exterior, and some cargo space, let's go ahead and talk interior. Now let's talk interior of the all-new 2024 Cayenne Coupe S, and get a load of the piano black trim with the hyper-silver textured inlays, perforated leather, just beautiful, okay? Let's go ahead and bring this walk around, starting with this door panel, piano black trim inlays with that hyper-silver kind of design textured inlay right under that, leather armrest wrapped, control units for your tailgate. There goes your tailgate button, your windows, and your side mirrors that are automatic foldable in as well. Speaker cover integrated with the door panel, and some more cubby and cup holder room, okay? On the left-hand side of this electric steering column, you have the lighting buttons that you're gonna turn on your exterior lights, rear and front. Start and engine stop button, that's how you're gonna start, always on the left here at Porsche. Manual vent controls, that is very nice. I'm a big fan of that because less issues compared to the electric controlled vent. Now let's go ahead and start this car, but before we do, I'm gonna get you guys to take a quick listen on how this 4.0 liter V8 engine sounds when you start it. Beautiful, it roars. Now, let's bring the driver cockpit cluster display over to you. All right, and of course we have the standard Porsche look for that speedometer digital cluster. They keep that Porsche look. Now we can go ahead and go through different displays using this knob here on the right. All right, there goes your speed limit not available because we're literally stopped. And then here as well, info card. Go down, you can go into a partial screen with a partial navigation, full navigation screen, and then you can minimize it and just miles per hour for the people who do not like a busy cluster, okay? I'm gonna keep it on the Porsche look because I'm a fan of that. Now, you can go ahead and, let's go ahead and go back to that screen, and we could go ahead and go through info cards there. All right, media and all that good stuff, look at that. And if we go back, we can also go through this screen as well. There goes your G-force reading, tire pressure, car, and whatever, okay? Now, tripod or tri-spoke screen. If you had a heated steering wheel, which this one doesn't, in this little nook here, you have a heated steering wheel button that you don't get here on this exact car. Drive mode, because it's a Sport Chronos package, so you get this little knob here, and also the dial in the dash, that clock. All right, so Sport Chrono exclusive is this knob and this clock, okay? Paddle shifters right behind that leather wrapped steering wheel, positive on the right, negative on the left. Controls for your signal lighting, adaptive cruise control that has the Porsche innovated adaptive cruise control. What does that mean? It has the active lane assist and stuff like that. And then your controls for the windshield wipers. Continuing forward, you have the Nugget integrated in the dashboard for going through parking, reverse, neutral, and drive. So now, screen is on, and get a load of this. This kind of reminds me of the iPhones, and is very consumer friendly. Go ahead and touch that, drag it up and down. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, this is your media. Let's go ahead and go back home, navigation. All right. If I go ahead and put the car in reverse, this is your camera system and how it looks. Let's go ahead and click that out, go back into parking. Now, you could also move it over to the right and get a kind of 3-card screen look as well. You could also press and hold and rearrange your icons, all right? Just like iPhone, literally. Super cool, okay? Now, dropping down, you have the vents, traction control, hazard lights. Go ahead and push this lid up. USB-C plugins, 2 of them, so you're not fighting and arguing with your passengers. Wireless charging pad. Control units for your dual climate control here in the front. Climate menu. Heated seats, but no ventilated inside this Cayenne S. Continuing forward, some more cubby room. Cup holders with a 12-volt outlet right in between the cup holders. Popping this open, just a simple cubby or center console area. All right, you got your handles, and we know this is Cayenne exclusive. The seats themselves come perforated leather, but on the side, you get cloth, not on the outside, but on the interior side. So that's pretty different. If you do opt, you can do option of full leather. That's something to keep into consideration. In front, you could also have, in front of the passenger side seat, you could also get a screen here to where you're watching movies or connecting your phone and things of that sort to this screen here in the Cayenne different trim. That's something also to keep in mind. This is your glove compartment. That is a lockable glove compartment. Over all of this, what do we see? A full panoramic glass comes over from the front to the second row seating with an electric controlled visor. That's touch sensitive on that control, and then we could go ahead and go back as well. The seats themselves are pretty comfortable but stiff and sporty, letting you know that you have a sport luxury coupe SUV, okay? Now that we're pretty much done with the front side of this interior, let's go ahead and talk second row seating. So now second row seating, and let's go ahead and show you guys that. 40%er, 20%er in the middle, and 40%er. How do we drop them down? There's a lever on the right and left of the bench seat, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop that down. And that's how it kind of looks from the second row seating over to the cargo area. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that back up. You can drop just the 20%er there. You can get that maybe if you're headed up towards the mountains or something. You got some skis, snowboards, or whatnot, and you want to kind of fit them through. Let's go ahead and jump inside the car. Close the door. Now it is a 4-seater. You have a little pad here for personal belongings like your phones and things of that sort. Keep that in mind. Armrest with your cup holders integrated, right? One is bigger than the other. Now in front of this second row seating, we have kind of the sportier look in front of us with the mesh netting for your personal belongings. In between both front seats, you have the vents, little shelf here, USB-C plugins, and again, a little bit more room for personal belongings. The door panels kind of look the same coming in from the front to the back in that Cayenne piano black trim look with the hyper silver. I'm about 6 feet 2 inches. Now, take into consideration depending who's sitting in the front, but you are clear on the legroom in this car. So long road trip, car check. And my head is literally clearing this. I can literally feel the tips of my hair touching the top. So for us tall people, this would be a pretty comfortable back row seating, all right? Now guys, as promised, we're pretty much done with the walk around review. Here's your MSRP sticker so you guys get an idea of exactly what comes on this car and the price tag on top. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, leave it in the comment section below. We'll try to get back to you guys as best as possible. Keep watching our channel here at Vagabond Builds. We appreciate it. God bless.